What's up, people? Question that I felt like answering in Periscope, since it was a hysterical question, honestly. Got a message from a young gentleman describing a convoluted but simple situation to me. This essentially came down to, I'm 25, I was with this girl, relationship wasn't going that great, I cheated on her, I feel guilty about it. What do you think? What do you think of cheating? People, ladies and gentlemen, cheating is always a piece of shit move. Always. That doesn't change. There is no situation, regardless of how bad anyone's relationship is, where you can say with a sense of certainty that, yes, I was right to cheat, and it was a good thing that I did, because that doesn't exist. You're in a relationship with somebody, there is some sense, there's some covenant of trust, even if they are not a trustworthy person, even if the relationship is a bad relationship. A relationship, by its very definition and nature of itself, is that you trust another person, henceforth you have this interactive agreement contract with them, and that comes with certain conditions. It does. Cheating, no, cheating is not fucking fine unless you are married. That's bullshit too. I've heard that before from the manosphere shit, where, well, if you're not married, you know, you can still cheat around your girl. Fuck it. It's gonna happen anyway. Don't give a shit. That is so fucking fallen into sin, I cannot even begin to adequately express that. If you're gonna cheat in your relationships in your marriage, your marriage, it's fucking doomed. Doomed. When you have no honorability to the concept of trust at all in your life, when that does not mean something to you, and you will violate that as you feel like it, you are not a good person. Period. That's not a good person. I'm not going to say you're an evil person, but that is not good. You are far away from being good. Far, far, far fucking away. That said, in regards to cheating, though, if you're not married or engaged, your commitment's not real, fuck you. You're a piece of shit human being. That's all I have to say about that. Actually, block too. Yeah, I'm not dealing with your tawdry bullshit. You guys want to fucking throw that at me? I have zero fucking tolerance for it. You either fucking be good at being a man and try to be a good man, or fucking don't. That this is not a fucking as I feel like it situation. That's not how life works. God, that got me going. Relative to cheating, though, I did say this once, you know, perhaps for some clarification of point. You can have situations where maybe one person cheats, then the other person cheats, then by way of both of you sinning against each other, you can have some form of absolution where you both, you know, you hurt them, they hurt you, okay, we can move on. I have seen that. Sometimes it works out. Sometimes it does. That said, though, as a recourse, you know, if cheating is sort of a recourse for a relationship that you don't want to be in, it's always going to go badly. It's always going to go badly, and you're always even if it feels entirely validated, you are still going to feel guilty and shameful about it. I have seen men that engage in that, you know, in the red pill manosphere. Yeah, they're in a really unhappy marriage. Their wife is overweight and sexually unattractive and has let herself go. You know, they start to try and improve themselves. Their wife rebels. She gets more overweight. You know, they're sexually deprived and repressed. So they cheat. That's understandable. That is understandable. That's understandable. But yes, it's still dirty. It's still dirty. You still don't feel good about it. Then you're trapped in a situation that you really desperately want to leave, and you're trying to find it out. And obviously you have personal needs, you know, physical needs, spiritual needs, if you want to say it, they're going unfulfilled. You've gotten yourself into a very broken situation. I understand how some couples have open relationships. I've never seen an open relationship that truly works. In all honesty, I have not seen it. I have not seen it. I've seen people that claim to have open relationships. It works in the sensibility, and so far in my experience, having known people that are swingers and have open relationships, it works in quotes, but it's a highly fucked up relationship. It is not something that you can emulate as, oh, this is a healthy way of being. I would like to be like these people. They clearly have something figured out that's let's say, good and fulfilling and, you know, is satisfactory to both parties. It never works that way. The open relationships I've seen, and I've known a lot. They always are just two people that are essentially sort of in a weird kind of emotional sexual war with each other. It's very bizarre. My girl cheated on me. If your girl cheated on you, that was your fault. Yeah, I told you guys that before. on a certain level, I sympathize. Well, not really, because I've never been cheated on ever, so I really have no idea what the fuck that must feel like. It must feel like shit. But if your woman cheats on you, you were not attending to her how she needed to be attended to. Or maybe you were just dating an absolute slut. That could be the case too. In which case, you need to do a better job of selecting who you invest yourself in romantically. Do you think in today's society one can find the real... It's not a question of finding the real love, it's being the real love. Now, I know that sounds cliched and, perhaps platitudinal, but I was too focused on bodybuilding. Dude, bodybuilding is so fucking selfish. Not to shit on bodybuilding, but if you're going to focus on yourself, gentlemen, to the point of narcissism and neglect your woman, and you get cheated on, guess who fucked that up? You did. Yeah, generally speaking, women are not inclined to want to cheat. Yeah, a woman that is, that's a bad girl, and not in the good sense of the word. But women like to be loyal. They like to try at least at being loyal. But in regards to finding real love, you have to be real love yourself. Yeah, and I mean that sincerely. You have to be the type of person where you have such depth and breadth to your connection with another human being, where when you encounter somebody that matches that, vibrates at the same level, if you want to say it that way, has those same characteristics. In a way, when you are looking for real love, you're in essence looking for a complementary completion of yourself. And that can make a good relationship, relative to all the other things we can talk about. Trying to find real love, though, the sort of the delusional, illusional, fanciful fairy tale concept that you're going to find that person who truly loves you more than anyone else does. You have to be that kind of person that's worth loving yourself, and you have to be able to love in that same way to them. So yeah, it does start with self-love. It honestly does. If you do not love and take care of and tend to and master and accept yourself and develop yourself, you're not going to find that idolization at all. You won't. You won't. You're looking for something that is more than what you are, and you are less than what it is. Yeah, that's one. Essentially it's a situation you could say in another fashion. It's having very high expectations, but having low standards for yourself. If you have low personal standards and your own way of living is not admirable and nothing ideal, I think it would seem unreasonable to expect to find somebody that's so many levels above you. What we seek out and what we find in relationships is what we are ourselves. Yes, exactly. It's not about being less than, it's about being whole. Yes. That's a very good way of saying it. I see a lot of couch videos about this. I don't record videos on the couch. Also, our definition of love is not always the same. No, it's not. Well, that's another thing that becomes imperative in a romantic relationship. If you're looking for a relationship, you need to find you need to find somebody. You do need to find somebody who has a similar way of defining love as to yourself. Some people just want sex. Some people do. Yep, humans, I've said this before, humans have been fucking and sucking since the dawn of time. Sexual gratification, sexual need, that's pretty basic. I think that's instinctual. Relationships that are built just upon sex, though, those don't tend to go so well. They can be hot and heavy and fire and desire, but in regards to longevity, it takes more than that. Not that it doesn't take that, but it certainly sure as hell takes more than that. Some say, I don't care who some are. Anyone who has a remote ounce of maturity knows that that's not the case. Sexuality is a powerful thing. Sexuality exists on a very vague but vast border between civilization and nature and chaos. I need an email. I don't know what would I write about this exactly. It's definitely I don't know if it's off topic, but it was just a question I got. maybe I will answer an email. This might be better to actually just make a video and just, you know, like I'm doing now, just record it and post it up. Difference between guys and girls when it comes to the number of partners? Well, that's a reverse dynamic. A man that is highly desired by women will have many women. A woman that is highly desired by men will ideally, you know, only be had by one man. You know, female sexuality and male sexuality are not quite the same thing. You know, we can talk. You could go down the postmodern feminism route. Fuck, if you want to run with that, go with it. I don't follow that. I don't espouse that. I find that in contrast with how reality works. With male and female sexuality, what is an alpha male? What is a highly desirable man? It's a man that other women essentially want to breed with at a certain level. It's a man that will provide for them, or if nothing else, he will give them offspring that are powerful. A woman that is had by many men, she's essentially representing that she's not worth anything to any one of them. That's why women don't like whores. That's why women, for all the talk of, you know, let's say feminine sexual freedom, women still don't like other women that are slutty. They might not say that outright, but they don't. That's why that's always a female insult. She's a slut, she's a whore, she's a skank. No amount of 50 years of feminism has still not brainwashed out of women. It hasn't. It has not. You know, and girls, women will even describe their friends in that fashion. Oh, that girl, you know, I have this friend, she's great, and she's such a fucking skank. You know, it's not hypocrisy, but it's always this interesting fashion where women will be friends with women that they don't think are very virtuous at all. You know, and I've posed that challenge before. If you're a woman, you think sexuality is freedom, all you're really doing is just reducing yourself down to an object of sex. You know, it's a very funny thing that that's what female freedom constitutes. I have every right to get fucked by every man I want. Okay, go do that. Tell me how good you feel about yourself. So you're going to make yourself an object of nothing more than sexual desire. You're going to make yourself nothing more than a sexual object unto itself, and that is your idea of empowerment. That you can get fucked by everything and everyone, and now you're strong. It doesn't add up. It doesn't add up at all. Now, male sexuality, it's a bit the reverse. You know, a man that is the alpha male that's going to provide a genetic future, well, it's in his sort of best biological interest to have as many kids and offspring as possible because his genes are more preferable. Do you agree with who they associate with? Women will always have hoe friends. It's just one of those things about women. It's always an interesting thing with women where, you know, men, we tend to make friends with men that we would consider similar to us on our level. Women will be friends with women that they don't like. You know, it's a very funny thing about feminine energy. You know, because women are so inclined to get along with each other, they will have friends that they, you know, they'll say this outright, like they can't stand that bitch, she's a slut, but they still hang out with her. It's just how women are. Yeah, I don't hold. It's not something to hold against them. It's how they are. Women are very good at getting along with each other, even if who they are individually is not someone they really admire, respect, or even like. You know, in a way, it's almost a more. You could argue it's a more broad way of living since it gives you sort of this it gives women this realm of experience where they know many different kinds of women. So, you know, in one essence, you could say it's not more worldly, but it certainly gives them a better emotional experience in that regard. They like to hang around every woman themselves also. Well, obviously. Yeah, I mean, women compete in reality the same way men do. It's just a different form of competition. You know, every woman knows that she gets assessed by her appearance. Every woman knows where she stands sexually and with attraction-wise. You can certainly argue that women today are more delusional, perhaps, in what their on their level of attractiveness. But you know, every girl can. Yeah, women will always readily look at each other and they will assess. They will create their own hierarchy. Women have their own Women have their own female hierarchy that they fit into, and they know it. Anything else, people? God, what is it with WWE? No. Fuck. I'm surprised at postmodern feminism. But it's not surprising. Women are high in agreeableness. Their very nature of being is that they have to be able to get along with reality and be persuasive and, fit into a social order. So they like to get along with whatever the superorganism ideas are. Is a man's hierarchy based solely in finance? No, male hierarchies are not based in finance. Yeah, it is in the kingdom. Male hierarchies are based upon multiple things. You have physicality, you have resourcefulness. You do have finances, you have status. There's a multitude of things. It's not any one thing. Yeah, that's why I've told you guys that in regards to the I don't know even what you call it, the delusionary idea that you could be rich and be fat and still have a hot wife. Yeah, you could be rich and fat and have a hot wife, and your hot wife is going to fuck someone that's fitter and younger and gets his dick up better than you. The trophy. Yeah, that's a delusion of men where they only focus upon one aspect of themselves, and then they think that compensates apparently for all other things. It doesn't. It doesn't. Yeah, I would surmise if you were to somehow... there's no way to do a study on this, honestly, but speaking from personal experiential experience, men that neglect themselves and have trophy wives, they very rarely are their wives faithful to them. Their wives might be faithful to being with them because they provide, status and luxury, but in regards to, I guess you'd say, like, relationship faithfulness, no. Is Melania Trump a trophy wife? No, I wouldn't consider her a trophy wife. Yeah, a trophy wife, if I was to designate what is a trophy wife is when you have a man who is with a woman vastly more attractive than himself, and the only reason she is with him is because of his status money. You could call that a trophy wife. Yeah, a guy that's a fucking billionaire, he's a fucking trophy husband. Yeah, and that's a different situation. If you have a guy that is such high status and of such power, could you call a woman a trophy that he's with? Not really. She's never going to be his equal in that way. There are trophy husbands. I don't think so. I'm contradicting myself, but you could call a man a trophy husband, but in practice, the most attractive women are going to go for the highest status, most accomplished men. That's how that works. There is no such thing as you can't be a low status, unattractive female with a super attractive, highly accomplished man. You don't see that. You're never going to see a homely looking chick with, this god level, masculine man as her husband. It doesn't work that way. I chase men who chase money. That's cool. Good for you. What ages are these rules? They always apply. They always apply. Biology starts from the moment you're fucking born. Before that, even. No. Biology is in effect at all times. I could go to a kindergarten classroom right now, and I could point out to you the social hierarchy of who the popular people are and who the unpopular 5-year-olds are. And there's, probably some, girl that's pretty in the 5-year-old class, and people are nice to her because she's attractive. And maybe there's a boy that's, super physical athletic for being 5, and he's the dominant one, the male hierarchy. That never goes away. That is never not there. You cannot absolve biology. Cannot. Problem with that theory, it's not a theory, that's its biological nature. You're either misunderstanding it or you have an incomplete you're misunderstanding or have an incomplete understanding. Women, I'll say it this way, women esteem status, men esteem attractiveness. Men don't care about the status of women, they care about the attractiveness and pleasantry and persuasion of women. Women esteem the status of men and the power of men, the wealth of men, and then they esteem the attractiveness of men. Yeah, but all women are always attracted to attractive men, regardless. What's the best way to go over a woman you were in love with? Be with other women. Be with other women and have experiences that don't involve the memories of her. That's how I would say to do that. And also deadlifts. Some women esteem status and some men esteem attractiveness. So, okay, whatever. How come women don't know what they don't know what they want? Because they're women, and women are internally chaotic. Yeah, guys, keep in mind when I'm making these journalistic statements, they're generalistic statements. These are not absolute rules as to how every single human being operates. Everybody has different preferences of personality as to what they go for and what is complementary to them and what they desire. You know, you can derive general heuristics. Men like attractive women. Women are attracted to higher status men. What does status mean? Status can mean different things to different women. You know, for some women, it's fucking athletes. Very basic. For some women, they esteem celebrityism. For some women, it may be men that are artists. There's lots of different kinds of ways. Testosterone question. Read the Arclight wrote 50 ways to naturally raise your testosterone. Can be social media, money. Yeah, status manifests itself many, many different ways. You know, and it just doesn't mean there are many different ways to manifest status. There are many different kinds of women that will be attracted to different kinds of status. And you know, and some women things that are status for them would not really be considered status. You know, this goes back to the thing of being an artist. I use that a lot because I'm an artist. Women are very attracted to men that display high creative artistic confidence. Very, very attracted, you know, because that's an internal reflection for their own selves. So you can generalize, but you cannot take it as absolute specifications so much that, you know, when you say high status, that means money, or that high status means, you know, being a businessman. It's all different things. You know, as an overall recommendation, status is as an overall recommendation to a man, if you want to attract women, be a man of status yourself in some capacity regard. I have no idea what you're referring to. Women are internally chaotic. No, women are internally chaotic. Women's feelings can change on a dime, and they know that. Women are internally chaotic, and they crave external order. Men are internally ordered, but we crave external chaos. It's, again, complementary paradox. Status is not everything, but everything could be a form of status. Say it that way. Cheating is retarded. We already talked about cheating. We already talked about it. We already talked about it. Watch it from the beginning. No, I'm not a wrestler. Jesus Christ. Why does it always come up? No, it's all good, my lady. Yeah, watch it from the beginning. We already covered how I feel about cheating. I do not condone it at all. If you're a man, you're going to date multiple women, you have to be upfront about doing that. That's the other factor. Yeah, and most guys are never going to be at that level of alpha. They're just not. Reality. But, you know, if you're a gentleman, you're going to, be dating around, you say that. Women will share an alpha, or women, if a man is of enough power, so to speak, they will reconcile that, okay, like, he's not being exclusive with me. Are those fake contacts? No, these are my real eye. This is my real eye color. Thanks, bro. Anything else, people, on the subject? This gum takes about 30 minutes to fully kick in, so that's why I'm chewing the hell out of it right now. So money, looks, status, so finances, I would say sort of accomplishments, skill sets, physicality, all those things roll together. King, warrior, magician, lover. Isn't it true 1/4 of men cheat and 1/5 of women? Perhaps. I really don't know what the statistics would be on that, honestly. I know what you're referring to, but I question people's honesty in reporting at the same time. Women are internally chaotic and crave external order. Yes. Women are internally chaotic, they crave external order. Men are the gravity that provides the order. Men are internally ordered and crave external chaos, and women are the test of reality that gives us chaos. That is the relationship dynamic. LOL, you're a porn star, aren't you? No. Can you really trust anyone not to cheat? And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that you can never be sure. You trust people as you trust them, and you make that agreement. You have to be trust willing with people. By that law, by that statement, you could apply it to anything where I could be ripped off, I could be betrayed, I could get, I could get Jewed out the deal I made. I'm a Jew, I can say that. Anything, any situation, you could have your trust broken. Any relationship. Are you trust willing? Are you willing to trust somebody else? If you're not willing to trust someone else, they're not going to trust you. Part of establishing trusting relationships is that you have trust as an internal quality of your own character. Not that someone has to constantly prove themselves to you first. What makes you think women are internally chaotic? Reality and the history of the world and the universe at large. I would consider that highly self-evident. I don't know that you could make an argument against that would ever hold up at all, ever. Look at human history, look at the universe, look at how fucking quantums operate. Look at how atoms operate. Any high-quality artists you know who aren't a hit with females? I don't think so. Generally speaking, if a man has any kind of artistic fame, he's going to attract women. This is. I mean, you have guys that are hardcore, death metal, grunge fest, freak show, rock stars. Women line up. I'm like, how about a woman who are dominant successful? I'm not answering anything that's typed out in all caps. Cinnamon rolls or pancakes? Cinnamon rolls, actually. How late am I? Very freaking late. How large is your dinger? Big enough that I'm confident as fuck. Once trust is broken, may it be mended. Or rather, should be mended. That falls upon the situation, honestly. I mean, in a relationship, once you've broken trust, can you regain it? Some people will say no. Some people will say yes, you can. But the process of rebuilding that comes with a cost. So, is that something that you can pay? Is that something that both parties can even reconstruct? Do you wish you'd chosen a more lucrative career? Fuck no. I work for myself. There is nothing else I'd rather be doing. My career is being me. You think social media ruins relationships? It can. Does it automatically? I wouldn't argue that it does automatically, but it certainly can. What is your career? My career is being me. And that's as much as an answer you're going to get. What is your profession? Myself. Trust can be mended once it's broken. Well, yeah, then there's that perspective. Like I said, that's very, very context specific. It comes down to the two people in question. As a journal heuristic, can trust be mended? Probably not. Can it be? No. Do you wish being you was more lucrative? It's always becoming more lucrative, so no. The more I am myself, the more my income rises. Do you like making spoons? I feel like this is a trick question, so I'm not going to bother answering. What's the most important thing in life to pursue? I would say a sense of sacred purpose. Alright, you're just... Wait. Did I just block the wrong person? I did. Hold on. There we go. I'll unblock them in a minute. It happens, people. Don't bullshit me. What made you decide to work for yourself? Did you read the fucking email I sent, bro? Go read the email I sent. Jewish Illuminati Trust Fund Dance Class. Go read it. Alright, you're annoying too. Mm-hmm. Do you get irritated with the insatiable amount of stupid questions you receive every day? You know, I get irritated at times in the moment. I do. I mean, I think perhaps anyone would, but at the same time, I have to realize that there's always going to be questions, and what is obvious to me is not obvious to other people, so you learn the deal. What about men with no status, money, and average looks? Are they doomed? I would suggest to all those men that get jacked and tan and rich as fuck. If you're not willing to do any of that, well then you are fucked. Cool hair, dude. Thanks. Alright, now that we're diving into personal questions in regards to the hair, I'm going to cut this off. Once it hits the hair point, then I know fucking shit's done talking about. Adios, people. Most recommended book on lifting, The Purposeful Primitive by Marty Gallagher. What do? I tweet a lot. Adios, people.